G'day, I'm Bob from Paradise, and today we're just going to have a quick talk about Anthuriums. Anthuriums, we've concentrated on the Anthuriums, which you just saw there with the colourful flowers, but there are actually some 1,500 species of Anthuriums in all shapes and sizes, and they're a very unusual group of plants coming from South America. There's lots and lots of species on the Andes Mountains, Colombia, Peru, on the slopes of the mountains, not high up in the snow. Okay, so if I just show you, this is the one that is most popular in the world with the beautiful flowers. The flowers actually get bigger as the leaves get bigger, and usually, like the leaves on this plant will end up out here, say 30 centimetres, something like that. The flowers will end up 10 or 15 centimetres way out here. So the flowers actually get bigger as the plant ages, as the leaves get bigger. This part's called the spave, and this is the spadix, and that's true with all the Anthuriums. All the Anthurium species, all 1,500 of them, they'll have a spave, not exactly like that, or some of them absolutely nothing like that, but you'll notice that they still have a spave and a spadix. And the spadix actually has pollen on it, and that's where you get your seeds. These actually seeds. You can actually pick up the pollen off one at the right, if you can get the right time, and put it on to another plant, and you'll get the seeds coming on the plant. And that's true of all the Anthuriums too. You notice with the I guess that's one type. There's these bird's nest types. These are only a small one, and it's a type of one of the hooker-eyes. Now there are a lot of Anthurium hooker-eyes bird's nests, a lot of different types, and like a lot of the Anthuriums haven't been properly separated out by the botanists yet either. So in the trade there's quite a few that are called hooker-eye, and they're all a bit slightly different. And the one that we're selling at the moment, there's a photo actually of its parents, so we call it the Anthurium hooker-eye type, but it's like a big bird's nest. So these leaves, although they've got long shanks on them at the moment, they change to looking like a bird's nest. And there's a photo in our catalogue of the parents of this plant. So that's one that we've got in our catalogue now. If you notice with them, they grow aerial roots. You can see it on this one, this Anthurium. You can see the aerial roots growing there. And when you repot an Anthurium with the aerial roots, you pot that back up to there. Put those aerial roots back down under the ground. That helps it multiply more as well. That's one there. Now here's another type of Anthurium. We'll just show you over here. We'll just go past the Anthuriums over here, and over here's an Anthurium ducii with a really incredible leaf shape. This one here. So there are lots and lots of different types. We'll try and get more and more for you as time goes by. But they all flower in the way that I just described. And I'll just sometimes with Anthuriums, you might find that they start to grow as they age. Grow quite long and leggy out of the pot. I'll just show you something what you can do with them. Here's one here. This is one I just found. You can see the aerial roots. See how it's grown out of the pot. Here's the flower up the top here. Now what you can do with a plant like this, you can cut it off right here, and it'll double up. Two new plants will shoot out from this base here. You can cut that section out, cut it to there, and then this section from up here, you can replant that as long as you've got some of these aerial roots. Plant it up to there, right? Now this section that you cut out here, you can lay that down in a tray, and it'll send up shoots. You'll probably get 2 or 3 more Anthuriums from there. So that's how you renovate Anthuriums, and you make more. So like in this case, we'll probably get this one, which it'll be a double header, and then we'll get, say, 2 out of there and another one out of there. So you end up with about 4 plants. So that's the way that you can treat them. mostly they all have similarities in that way. They tend to grow in rainforests high up. Anthuriums are not they're not plants that grow naturally in the ground. They're epiphytes that grow high up in trees, and they set their roots in the trees. It'll rain, they'll get wet, and then they dry out quickly. So keep that in mind with your anthuriums. You don't want them in a heavy mix. You've got to have them in a light, coarse mix, and their roots need to dry out. And especially in winter, you don't want them getting cold and wet, or the roots will rot. They've got quite a thick root, a bit like an orchid, so you treat them a bit like an orchid, but not quite as coarse a mix. But that's the type of plant they are. They're aroids from the arum family, or the aroid family from the family Araceae. So there's a lot of interesting plants in that group, in the aroids, and anthuriums are just one of them. We'll show you some more later on as time goes on. Okay, catch you next time.